Yep, did not think that one through. Welcome back to Filmmaster Reviews. I'm Adam J. Today we continue the 13 films of Halloween with Lights Out. Lights Out tells the story of Rebecca, played by Teresa Palmer, who finds herself trying to get custody of her little brother when her alcoholic mom, played by Maria Bello, begins acting crazy. However, she soon discovers that something else may be at play, something that can only be seen when the lights are out.
Mom, please let go.
No, listen to me. See, I left her alone for so many years. I abandoned her. But now, she's going to stay, okay? As long as I keep my head clear and you keep the lights out.
Now, I'll be honest, the second I heard the premise for this film, I kinda just tuned out. Because, well, Darkness Falls! Yes, Darkness Falls, a terrible horror film with zero sense, zero scares, and a villain which was more or less the Tooth Fairy. Yes, they actually made a movie about a killer Tooth Fairy. Had pretty much the same premise. Yes, movie about a killer Tooth Fairy. That happened, and we let it happen. Noticing a pattern. Like Lights Out, Darkness Falls also featured its ghostly force as something that could not survive in the light, and it was beyond boring and stupid. So hearing about this premise making another go-around didn't give me much reason to see it. I also wasn't impressed that Eric Heiser, the man who wrote the remakes for A Nightmare on Elm Street and The Thing, was penning the script. Anyone who knows me or watches my videos knows I hate both films. However, when time came to pick movies for this event, it was either this or the remake of Rocky Horror. I couldn't survive 20 minutes of Rocky Horror, so I watched this. And I'm glad I did, because it was pretty good. While this premise hasn't worked in the past, director David F. Sandberg brings enough intensity, unpredictability, and scares to the table to make for a solid horror film. Eric Heiser's writing and the way he wrote these characters also really impressed me. They aren't anything nuanced, nor are they characters we haven't seen before, but it's the dialogue and interplay between the characters that makes his script stand out. The relationship between Rebecca and her mother was something that felt very real, tragic, and, in many respects, heartbreaking. While the film is a horror movie filled with genuine scares and tension, it also manages to be a good drama. You see how these children react to their mother slowly going crazy. They hear her talking to someone, but they don't know who until it comes for them. The acting from both Teresa Palmer and Maria Bello is pitch perfect. From the first scene they share together, they feel like a real mother and daughter, torn by a bad relationship.
You're staying?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Okay.
Palmer and Bello have remarkable chemistry that is the very heart of the film. Gabriel Bateman also does a very good job as Rebecca's little brother Martin. He plays off the other actors wonderfully for a child actor. The movie is also beautifully shot. With a gimmick like this, Lights Out could have easily turned into another Darkness Falls. Thankfully, that didn't happen, because what Sandberg does so effectively is that he finds different ways to showcase this thing that is after them. Each scene with this thing feels better than the last as a result. Now, this does bring me to a problem I had with the film. The thing that actually is chasing them didn't really impress me. She just reminded me of the creepy girl from The Grudge or The Ring, you know, just twitching around and just covered in darkness. I'm sorry, there's just really nothing about that makes it stand out. The movie is also very short, even for a horror film. I think there was definitely more they could have done, and especially in regards to the backstory of this supernatural presence. There's also a boyfriend character that didn't have much purpose. He was just kind of there for moral support. I feel like you could have removed him and you'd probably have the same movie. Overall, Lights Out isn't groundbreaking, but the people behind it have nevertheless fashioned a solid horror film. Not everything worked for me, but considering I wasn't expecting anything from it going in, that's just fine. In the end, I'm giving Lights Out a B+.
There is a dead woman in this house.
Oh, God!
Everyone is afraid of the dark, and that's what she feeds on.